I'd like to thank the director of the center, Dr. Dana Antamu, and her team for always ensuring that these activities run efficiently. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's session, I'm privileged to introduce to you Dr. Charles Kawalya, and he will be presenting to you one of the key issues that we need to look at in our businesses. He's going to handle the aspect of unlocking your business potential with the power of choice in 2025. You are aware that in businesses in 2025, we would like to perform better and be able to progress this year. And in businesses, there are always challenges, but these challenges mostly come as a result of making poor choices and taking wrong decisions. So in today's session, we are going to see how we can unlock the business potential with the power of choice. And I'm privileged to introduce to you Dr. Charles Kawalya. Dr. Charles Kawalya is a member of staff in Makerere University Business School. He's an academic staff who works with in the Department of Human Resource Management. Dr. Charles Kawalya is a lecturer in the Department of Human Resource Management, Faculty of Management. He is an expert in the area of psychology, and he is also a consultant. He is a researcher, and he is an entrepreneur, as he'll be telling us more. Dr. Charles Kawalya, you are most welcome, and I would like to invite you to start your presentation on unlocking your business potential with the power of choice in 2025. Thank you so much, Dr. Kawalya, for always accepting to come and interact with us. You are most welcome. You are ready. You are free to start your presentation, please.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. Allow me to share my slides.
Yeah, welcome. You can share your slides, Dr. Kawalya.
Okay. As a doctor, you has already introduced me. Good morning, everyone online. I'm Charles Kawalya, and I'm here this morning to share the topic before you. The issues of choices started in 1950 from economic psychology. That is like 70 years and now, and Uganda in particular, I think we are almost 65 years old. Now, understanding issues of choice, we are trying to understand economic life as originated from economic psychology. And why do we want to understand this? Because most of us in business and doing business practically and in academic, we see that most people are facing what we call choice anxiety. And therefore, I'm here to share with you my 25 years of doing business plus, and also my 12 years of teaching here. The information I'm going to share is coming from my experience and published information. That is today's presentation structure. And we are going to look at introduction, different business choices, the art of choice making, the strategies in changing the game, then the errors we make, and I'll do the conclusion. I think I will take like 10 minutes. I'm going to be a little bit faster. So today, as I've already introduced the originality of choices from economic psychology in 1950, Uganda, we are trying to successfully manage our businesses, and the business owner have to prepare a range of choices that is the year 2025. In particular, individual choices are key because they shape what we call the business life, okay, than relying on luck. So, to be honest, in this year, we have to admit that doing businesses out there is important and essential. For any business person, using different business choices to face the reality out there is very important. And these choices could range in 3 areas. We look at consumer choices, we look at complex consumer choices, and then personal business choices. And we are going to discuss them below. On consumer choices, in 2020, when you are doing business, any person doing business, including myself, you have to know who is your customer, who is your consumer, who is that person that you are targeting. And you have to be categorical. Are you looking at private people doing private businesses? Are you looking at the public people being employed, say in public government, or others, like the extended self, the virtue, the possible self, and the situational clients who just come and buy and don't come back? Who are those ones? Are you looking at the actual ideal or social self, or ideal social self? So those are the ranges of consumer choices that whoever is coming up with a business idea in 2024, you have to know the person you are targeting and the originality of this person, because you'll be able to prepare different strategies and tactics either to sustain that person, is your client, and knowing his behaviors in choosing and not choosing your services, your product. So what I've seen in Kampala, some people do business without knowing who is coming to enjoy their services or pick their products. They just put there and, relax. But psychologically, you have to know the kind of people you are targeting. Furthermore, the complex consumer choices. This goes to client, or to people, entrepreneurs who are doing businesses in cars, selling cars, importing cars. We've seen these people who buy cars are somehow complex. They do have complex behaviors when they are making their significant purchases. In Uganda, including me, most of us, we buy vehicles from Japan, used cars. And now you find very few people who buy new vehicles direct from Toyota, from Wavamuno, etc. So it is only government and non-government organizations which tend to buy those new cars. When you are dealing now, when you're in that sector, just know that maybe you cannot, import vehicles directly from outside. You are going to have few customers, all government, few corporates, people, and NGOs. So you have to know the kind of customers, whether they are complex or not complexes, in order to promote your choice in 2025. Also, we have number 3, personal business choices now, ideas in 2025. When I look at Uganda and I do the personal analysis and my experience, I see probability of, improving. I see more opportunities in IT services when you move around town, when you go to different cities in Uganda. And IT services are broad. There's a lot, as you can see, that where you can survive. If you have an instinct in repair, a lot of opportunities. If you have an instinct in app making, web designing, digital marketing, computer accessories, shops, mobile money, e-commerce, online teaching, solar panel manufacturing, all these businesses, you get a lot of opportunities according to my experience, and the market is unlimited. So whoever is dealing in that sector, there's no way or you can get wrong. Also food, the issues of food, no one can, spend a day without eating right from the beginning. Me, every time I go to my businesses very early in the morning or to the academic offices, the first thing I do is to have tea. So today, everyone is undergoing through heat. It is too much outside there. Okay. Now, issues of watermelon, those guys who are dealing those things, anything to do with food, dairy farming, piggery, beekeeping in northern Uganda, piggery mostly in central, fish farming in central, bakeries, my first employer, a restaurant, delivery, grocery store. Still in 2024, I'm not seeing any weaknesses in choosing a business opportunity around those areas. Also, catering businesses in Uganda are key, and they are profitable. Among others, according to my experience and research, we see transport business is very, very, very good. Worldwide, transport is among the best 10 businesses. Transport, you just have a niche, water, load, and you go down where you can see yourself from, depending on your interest. We see dressing, designing also coming up. When you move around the Ham, that's what you can see. Only Ham has around 800 shops, and all of them are into dressing, depending on the type of the age bracket and the sex you are and the gender you are trying to target. Tourism is also virgin, according to my experience in Uganda in 2025. You can get a niche in hotel, restaurants, travel agencies, operators, tourist guide, etc. Most of our students, I've seen them in touring, in guiding tourists. Cafe is also broad. I can see opportunities in cafe in 2025. I see Cafe Javas doing well, KFC doing well, and all other people who are dealing in that. Because Ugandans by nature, they like eating. So that is your opportunity. Here, cutting for men and ladies, Uganda really, Ugandans are good at, beautifying, and they want to look good. Even me, myself, I cannot spend a week without going to the salon because I hate my hair. Therefore, that is someone's opportunity. And I see that one also coming, and you cannot go wrong in 2025. So also energy, petrol stations, gas cooking, still I see potential and promising opportunities in those areas. So those are the areas which you may choose. You may make your choices. You may have one as a business concept, as a business idea in 2024, and you put it in your portfolio box. You can keep on dropping, picking, but when you have a lot. Furthermore, what is the art of now choosing what we've discussed above? What is the art? Now this goes into more psychological issues. Now I'm looking at you as an individual. In order for you to choose the best, even those ones I've left out, because I know we are going to share. There are so many which I've left out, but I've presented this according to my experience. Please, the art is just have your own inspirations. Incorporating your own inspirations in whatever you want to do. Be yourself. Do the self-regulation, self-management, do the self-imagination. No one is going to inspire you, but it will be yourself to inspire yourself in order to choose the best idea in 2022. By doing it yourself, then we are going to see creativity and innovativeness in that area whereby you have interest. The problem or the challenges in Uganda, and which has also created a lot of unemployment, is people doing what others are doing, and you fail to do the creativity and innovative, principles we've had from our previous teachers. Also, another act of choice making would be, please, if you don't take a risk, then the risk will find you. And the biggest risk is not to take a risk. So if you are into business, if you are into entrepreneurs, just be ready to take a risk. And the risk is variety. How do you define risk? It depends on what you are doing. I cannot unpack it now. But the most important risk is where you put your money, where you expose your idea for any growth and success. And risk-taking is one of the acts in choice making, which may give you a competitive advantage. Most of these guys who are better than us are risk takers. They don't mind, and you see them progressing. Another act could be meeting significant others. Who are the significant others anyway? I used the Ubuntu theory to understand as significant others. Ubuntu theory originated from South Africa, those who did Ngoni in 1994. Ngoni emphasized that you are what you are because of others. There is no way you can survive in business because of others. And these others are categorical. There are those others who are very, 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 very important and can transform your life, can transform your business, and make your business journey. And you know where power lies, the top, the fountain of honor. That is where, those are the significant others. That's where you start from. Then it could be your colleagues, your neighbors, your friends, etc. Why this theory is important? Because it promotes unity. It promotes in business. And in business, there's no way you can do business without unity. You share a lot. You share procurement issues, you share marketing issues, raw material issues, etc., design issues, a lot, depending on the context of your business. It emphasizes good behaviors. It emphasizes, negotiations, etc. So that's where I said significant others are very important. What I am in academic, it is because of others. What I am in business, it is because of others. Sometimes I'm not even there, and you see things moving. Also, another act could be number 4, very fast, maintaining confidentiality, keeping secrets. It is a weakness in Uganda. If you have your business idea, don't please zip up. Don't speak a lot. First, keep it to yourself or among, few people. We've seen companies like international companies at global level, Coca-Cola and others, surviving for all of those years. Why? Because they know their formulas on how they make, their sodas with different brands. But here in Uganda, people talk a lot. They don't keep secrets, which is, this one cannot be a promoter of your business. So the art is keep secrets. Learn how to keep secrets on how you are doing business. That is according to my view and other views. And number 5, never give up in whatever your business, so long as that idea is part of you, it inspired you. Because it is difficult to wait, but it is more difficult to regret. So regulation is very, very bad. So keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, slowly by slowly. Even a journey of 100 miles, you start with 1 step. Number 6, stick to what you do best. Like the way I've already said, I've unpacked so many business choices, but stick to what you do best. Okay? And you don't, come or present something which is going to any business which is going to kill you. Make sure that you know your business, scope in terms of taxes, in terms of employees, in terms of marketing, in terms of resources, and in terms of knowledge, because today knowledge is becoming one of important resources. And do what you can do best, you as an individual. Number 6, 7, have exposure. This 2024, please move around Uganda, move around East Africa. move around, go to Dubai, just exposure, just put in money for exposure. Then calculate your business choices as you move around. Then you'll be able to predict what is best for small and medium enterprises, what is best for the big corporate companies, depending on the context where you are. Otherwise, having choices is a destination. Today, Uganda, I see a lot of choices in real estate. Even we've seen this in the video. It is still varying depending on the clients you are targeting. So the art is very important. That art, the exposure, exposing yourself to other environment, and pick from there. Don't copy and paste. You can see and then do the improvement. Those are the arts which I was able to share with you. Then what are the strategies anyway, which you may use in game changing? Now, game changing, according to my experience, you have to use a lot of, you have to use your brain, and your brain must be in what we call business growth and business mindset. Now, the mindset is in two areas. Some people remain in a fixed mindset, others are in open mindset, but business people are always into what we call open mindset, and the mindset which is positive, accepting what others are doing, appreciating, and you can only get this by using your brain autonomy. When you look at the brain, we are wired differently scientifically, and that is why you see ourselves, perceiving things differently, do the different sensations, and we do what we call brain processing differently, and we utter out different words, and we share different things. So this is the unique issue, but the mind is, if you are into positivity and have an open mindset, could be your friend. And if you have the opposite, it is your enemy, because we can see you behaving, and the way you behave, for us, we shall be able to predict and explain your mindset that you are doing business, but something is not good. So you have to work on your mind in 2025 and see yourself changing as a strategy. The number two, other people may not accept it, but me, according to my experience, I accept this. Baby steps. For you to build a bright future, is sometimes you have to go slow. Financial, behavior is a roadmap. Surviving instincts are also important, but you don't need to panic. Everyone, started with, with growing, and you need to go slow in businesses, especially in 2025, because if you don't go slow, you may knock. I've seen people who are going slow. I was reading literature about the late Morwana. When you read his business empire, you see that the guy was, started slow, and, up to now, the guy, after, God forbid, he died, but the business still moving. I've been reading also literature about the late Aga Khan, his business empire. You see this, the Aga Khan who died, I think, is number 4 in terms of their religiosity was number 49. But you would see, where their business empire started from, and everyone is adding. I went ahead to read the literature about his princes and the current succession, the Prince Isma. When you see what they studied, they were slow, but what they studied was to change their father's business. I think the Princess Zahara studied things to do with development studies, and the aim was to put his father to another level. So sometimes when you're in business, you have to be slow. We've seen people here in town who have been very fast doing this. Then you see them knocking and they go to Luzira or somewhere else. So Me, in what I'm doing academically and my business, I use a baby steps model, and I'm not regretting. Also, number 3, among the strategies, avoid negative self-talk. In business, just look at possibilities, just look at new possibilities. That positive mindset is bad. Just, I like talk with people who are, bringing in opportunities, but every time negative. Stop negative self-talk. Look at, have that confidence, identify areas, be motivated, have the belief and the values to do your business, and hence you are likely to be happy. Number 4, seeking business feedback is also one of the strategies in game changing in 2024. You can seek business feedback from so many areas, among others, friends, co-workers. You can have consultants to identify, those gaps in your businesses, and feedback is very important, especially that one from your customers. A bit faster, number 5, do not fear mistakes. Don't fear to make mistakes. Mistakes are opportunities, and they give us what we learn, okay? So we pick so many lessons, and most of us have been able to be where we are because of, making mistakes and learning from them, and that is a strategy in 2024. Also try to have or to use different, business processes. What I've seen in Kampala, you find a business person using the same process for almost 20 plus years. A lot of processes, store keeping processes. However, these days they're improving, they're putting cameras, banking processes, so many processes, raw materials, marketing, etc. Try to keep on changing, because when you change, you see, it helps you to learn a lot. Number 7, among other strategies, learn how to narrow down business options. I know I have colleagues who have so many options, so many. Me, in my business, I think I have like 3, but in my portfolio box, I have like 10. So I keep on picking and dropping, picking on and dropping. When you get so many options, you'll get confused, and you'll fail to achieve any. I always like the Ntake Bakery. Ntake Bakery, when you see how he started and where he is, and this guy is really perfect, and also others. Because started with baking, then he went into tissues, water, importing wheat. Now he's into making, soap at the industry area. So you see him moving properly, and he has opened a lot of so many locations. So narrow down your business options, ideas in 2025, evaluate them, eliminate those ones which are good. Please do not align with your business idea with your personal values. Otherwise, you'll get headache and other issues. Number 8, try to visualize the outcomes, okay? Get through different options, okay? And picture out what's the best. Give them, categorize them by giving positive, well, this one is neutral, this one is bad, etc. And at the end of the day, you'll be able to pick the best among many. This is the last part. What are the challenges in choice making, according to my experience and academic work? Age is very important. Colleagues, all of us, nobody goes, back. All of us, we keep on growing. As we age, okay, issues of money, power, and appearance diminishes. Money, you are no longer powerful, and you are no longer thinking. And sometimes you are, power. Power is, all these things are temporary. So look at that and find out what you can do in your business life. Because what is important is to continuity with your business or economic life. Okay? So another challenge is, especially in Uganda, according to the previous years, people talk too much. People talk too much in Uganda. about their businesses. Please avoid and keep secrets. Okay? Avoid, don't open up, don't say each and everything. You stay with some information with you or with few people. Okay? Another challenge would be not all opportunities, that are available in Uganda that can be taken. Some opportunities are traps. Okay? You can take them and find yourself into the valley. So try to do a lot of analysis and pick the best. Also, another challenge in choice making, neglecting your personal view, also ignoring what is right. What is right for you will ask a lot. What is right for you in terms of, your cultural context, what is right for you in terms of your intelligence, in terms of your gender, in terms of your age. People do things, where you feel that they don't fit there. It is a challenge or an error. You see, avoid the truth. A lot of procrastination. Ugandans keep on, postponing. I have this business idea. I'll do it next year. When will you change? Please. In 2025, don't postpone things, do it. Still, Ugandans have issues of forgetting how to say no. If you find that a business choice is not doing well for you, please say no, I'm not doing it. I think 10 years, 5 years back, I had a portfolio in transport, okay? But I said no because I could not manage those guys, those drivers and turn boys and whatever. I said no. I failed. I'm an HR, but I failed to manage, employees from transport. Those who are doing, please do. But me, I failed and I said no. And I left that portfolio. Failing to note what is best for you is also a challenge. This is more of analyzing yourself in terms of what is your character strength. Then, given your character strength, given your the context under which you are going to operate in, please note what is best for you. Not considering the personal business priorities, please understand your priorities, and also staggering in business chaos. There are a lot of chaos. You are doing business, you are in politics, you are in what, and in what, you're having this, you are into, smuggling, you are into dodging taxes. You have a culture of paying taxes because, there's no way we can move forward as a country without paying taxes. Please calculate and see what you are going to pay in terms of taxes, in terms of employees, and see what will remain with you. Number 12, in terms of challenges, a lack of peace. Have a business which will give you peace, and definitely peace is key, is one of the character strengths which will keep you moving and motivating what you are doing. Also, not taking enough time. People rush. I've seen our students here immediately after, graduating, you are into business. Have you done business before? Me, I use a baby model in everything, even in academic. I go slow. I don't rush because I fear to rush after my experience. So those are the challenges, colleagues, which I was able to pick, and you can share or add more. And in conclusion, therefore, Chair, I see that whoever is in business, you have to do a lot of SWOT analysis. Every time, I think after 6 months or 3 months, do a SWOT analysis. You call out where you are doing best, what are your weaknesses. Always be there identifying opportunities and likely challenges. This will help you to discover your entrepreneurial journey in any given landscape, because the SWOT analysis affect your choices differently. The way I see Uganda and the way I've traveled to Uganda, people in Central have their own issues, Easterners, Westerners, and others. Even if you want to go to East Africa, you go to Tanzania. I was in Tanzania one time importing rice, but my dear, you have to be very careful when you are there. I remember a small story. I remember our vehicle knocked a Tanzanian vehicle, and the traffic guy said, you have to pay the damages. Why? Because you are the one who came to Tanzania. If you had not come to Tanzania, I would not have knocked this guy. that was a trafficking man. We looked at him and we had to pay the damages. Hence, as you begin speculating on issues of return on investment in 2024, because I know all business people are looking at return on investment, please, hard times do not last, but stronger people really survive. That is the end of today's presentation. I thank you for taking your time to listen. God bless you. Yes, Chair.
Thank you so much, Dr. Charles Kawalya. We appreciate you for sharing with us your knowledge in this area. We thank you for the emphasis you've made to us and making us know that choice is one of the issues that will help us to unlock our business potential in 2025. We thank you for creating time to come and talk to us. You've talked of key issues as we think of making choice. There are different choices to be made, and you've indicated to us that there is a choice, the art of choices that people make. The art is mainly based on the different types of choices. We have consumer choices, complex consumer choices, and then personal business choices, where one has to think through what type of business should I go in for. You emphasize that the art is very important. The art of choice making is important. And there are key issues that one should look at. And after that, you also expose to us the game-changing choices, making strategies, which you've been able to elaborate to us, where you need to start where you feel at ease, then taking baby steps, avoiding negative self-talk is very important. I picked on that one. Seeking business feedback. You've also exposed us to some of the errors and challenges that people normally make as they think through making choices. And when you act consciously aware, then you can be able to avoid some of these errors. Like issues of procrastinating is key. Avoiding where you can avoid the truth, you don't want to say the truth. Ignoring what is right, forgetting to say no. There are people who want to say yes, yes, yes all the time. But you've made us to be conscious about some of the challenges and errors that people make as they make choices. So I appreciate you so much. I know people who are logged on here have some comments or questions to raise. And I would like to invite people to interact more with you. I would like to invite Miss Alia Namboa to handle the Q&A. Alia, are you there to handle Q&A?
Yes, I am here, Dr. Edith.
Please go ahead.
All right, thank you so much, our dear host this morning, Dr. Edith, for hosting us. A very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, on the call this morning. My name is Alia Namboa, and I work with the MUBS Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Incubation Centre as an account manager. And one of our focus areas, which is consultancy. I want to take this opportunity to thank our facilitator, Dr. Charles, this morning. Thank you for allowing to talk to us and to the entrepreneurs this morning. And also thank you for making a very educative and insightful presentation. I am sure the entrepreneurs on call have picked and taken away something to add to their businesses. I also want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for logging on to be with us this morning. Without taking any further time, allow me to go straight to the Q&A session. So, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to feel free to ask your questions. You can use the chat, you can use the Q&A section, or you can raise your electronic hand, and we give you permission to ask your question. So far in the chat, we have Mr. David Semakula, who is kindly asking to share the slides. Mr. David, the slides will be shared. Mr. Emmanuel is saying, very beautiful and insightful presentation. Thank you. Can the notes be shared? He also wants the slides shared. Yes, Mr. Emmanuel, slides will be shared. Mr. Rogers also is appreciating. He has been in business for 5 years, but today he realized several mistakes that he has been making. Thank you. He thanks you, Dr. Charles. Yes, so far we have appreciation, comments. Ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to send in your questions so that Dr. Charles can respond to them. Josh, I think there is a hand that is raised. Kindly unmute. T31.
Yeah, good morning, members. My name is Stephen. I wanted to ask, Doctor talked about over talking about the business idea, like over, there are also circumstances where you need to consult. Because I said if you're going to take baby steps, I also think that maybe it is important sometimes you consult people around the idea. So when does it move now, like, become over talking about the idea? Because there are instances where you really need to consult, ask a few people about the business idea. Is this over talking, or is it, because it says keep quiet about the idea? Over.
All right, thank you. Dr. Charles, are you able to answer to that question?
Yes, thank you so much, moderator. Stephen, in business, to me, you should not share each and every idea. Each and every idea. You can share some, issues, say related to marketing, okay, related to maybe even procurement. People don't share actually everything. And I was talking to one of my friend he's an Indian, and he was saying one of the competitive advantage to them to survive in Uganda is because they don't reveal sometimes where they are getting their goods from. Because if they reveal, they will have no business tomorrow. So some issues you may share, I agree with you, especially issues related to customers, consumers, and government, legal frameworks, taxes, etc. And some issues, please remain with those issues to yourself. For instance, procurement, and sometimes the formulas say if you are in a drinking kind of in the sector like Coca-Cola, you cannot share your formulas, okay? Share your formulas. And also where you may not share, because one of your mission could be to beat your competitor, is your strategies and tactics. You don't need to share all of them. I submit, Stephen.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Charles. I think because of time, we shall take these 3 questions. We have 2 in the Q&A. Mr. Rogers says, as a business community, do you also help those who may want to know where to get equipment, especially machines? I think this is to the center team. Then we have Miss Betty, who says, I have a friend with fish ponds and has failed to get market. Any advice on marketing options for fish as a perishable commodity? Then we have Mr. Sentumwe Peter. My question goes, as a naive entrepreneur, what are the tricks of identifying challenges and then turn them into business opportunities? I think Dr. Charles, we can respond to those.
I begin with Betty. Betty, I think where I've seen people, marketing their fish is you begin with the municipal markets in Kampala. Then you can, after municipal, the municipal markets, the Owino, the Nakawa, the Wandegeya, the Datete, now Busega. Those are the key markets because majority of us go there for fresh, products and services. Then after the municipal markets, then you can go for these other upcoming markets, private, markets. Then after that strategy, you can go, and I've seen people going where you see, what can I say? Where you see like where the butcher is, like this one in industrial area. There's one in where they are slaughtering those animals, the industrial area. There's one in Natet. There's one at Karerwe. Also, those are possible opportunities for possible market opportunities for your fish. But otherwise, it is great. Now, the tricks for challenges. Now, the challenges, you divided the challenges into two. Some challenges are internal, begin with you. You yourself, you could be a challenge. Do a SWOT analysis on yourself. What is your character strength? What is your mind? What is your perception? How do you perceive your business? How do you use your senses, sense making? When you look, when you listen, when you see, how do you perceive? It could be your personality. Where are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? What is your character strength, you as an individual? The challenges begin with you. What is your mindset? We've seen. And then you can be a problem of yourself. Then another challenge could be external. What is your social interactions? Who are your friends and your neighbors? Where you socialize with? Okay. Now, what legal? Do you know the rules of the game? Do you know the rules? Because your challenge could be you don't know the municipal rules, and you don't comply. You are not a compliant person. Your business is going to suffer. Then also another challenge could be economic. Do you know the current inflation? Can you understand the tariffs? Can you understand the economic issues, in Uganda? Then ideology, another challenge could be politics. When you go to the markets or some other business opportunities or context area, everywhere you go, there is some kind of politics. Understand the politics of the area. I am not talking about the national politics, but there is a politics in each and every area, in each and every organization. That one could be a challenge to you. Another issue is technology. To what extent are you using technology today? Because today marketing has gone on technology. People are using more phones than reading billboards. Could be advert. How are you? WhatsApp. What are your followers? etc. Last two, another issue could be demographic. Because being your age is important for us. Your age bracket. Each and every age bracket, we expect some kind of choices you are likely to make, mature or not mature. Okay, then lastly, another challenge could come from the location where you are, natural issues, and all the culture. Because culture has become a factor in you making or identifying opportunities. I submit, Chair.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Charles. We shall have one last question from Mr. Sebugwawa Moses. He's asking, at what age should one forget about starting a business?
Yes, academically, we know I think I don't know whether Moses has read a story, KFC. KFC, you know his story, and I think sometimes the center has played that story. This guy was originally in the army. He suffered in the army. He could not go through those promotions in the US Army. Then he retired. And when he retired at 65. He started going on the street, blah, 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 you know, flying chicken, etc. But people liked his taste. Cars would stop and not buy the chicken. He was just moving around like a mutembe. At 65, the guy promoted his bite, his taste. Up to now, the guy is international person. Anytime you can start your dream ideas. And lastly, I think the richest person in the world is at 13 in terms of age. So you can anytime, depending on the exposure, depending on your brain, your mental process, your emotions, and that resilience, because there's no luck at any given level. What is important is hard working and perseverance. I submit, Chair.
Thank you so much, Dr. Charles. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we shall end here for the Q&A session. We thank you, Dr. Charles, for ably responding to the questions. And we thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for logging in and for being part of the session this morning. Over to you, Dr. Edith.
Thank you very much, Alia, for managing the Q&A session very well. And allow me again to appreciate Dr. Charles Kawalya for ably responding to the comments and questions raised and further interacting with our people logged on. We appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to the top of the hour, so I don't want to waste any more time. We need to finalize this. And I would like to appreciate everybody who has logged on this morning. I've seen Rotarians, I've seen business people and academicians, students. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for logging on and for finding time in your busy schedules to always join our sessions every Thursday. Thank you so much. Allow me again to appreciate Makerere University Business School, the council and management for enabling us to handle these activities so that we further interact with the community. Thank you so much. I'd like to appreciate the team at the Entrepreneurship Center, led by Dr. Diana Antamo and the other members who work at the center. Thank you so much for always handling these activities and for identifying key people who can come and make presentations to the entrepreneurs, be able to learn more. Thank you so much for the time, and thank you for working with us and logging on to be able to join the session. I would like to remind you that don't forget to log on again next week on Thursday, because we'll have other sessions. We'd like to wish you all the best and hope you picked knowledge concerning making choices, and we can use it as a potential for opening and tapping opportunities in our businesses. 2025, we need to move forward and move on. So thank you so much. I'd like to wish you a blessed Thursday, and bye-bye for now.
Gotta get up. You gotta get up and make a move. 'Cause the world will never see you till you do. No, they don't really care what you're going through. So you gotta show them, baby. gotta show 'em the real you. You gotta give 'em what you got. No, don't let them see what you're not, 'cause you are strong. You are wise. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can't be perfect, baby, 'cause nobody's perfect, darling. But no, 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 there's nobody in the world like you. What do you do when you can't let go? What do you say when you just don't know how you feel? And you know nobody knows how you feel. 'Cause everybody's got their own damn problem. So everybody's trying to find their way. And day by day you struggle. In this world, you know you have to struggle. Just know that you're not alone. You don't always have to be strong all by yourself. All by yourself. I said it's okay to ask for help. People find you, but they don't define you. And you will find people who help redesign you. People will find you, but they don't define you. You will find people who help redesign you. You are a work of art, but you didn't think you'd come this far. Now here you are. Baby, you are strong. You are wise. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can be perfect, baby. 'Cause nobody's perfect, darling. But no, 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 there's nobody in the world like you. You know that you can't be perfect, baby. Nobody's perfect, darling. I love you just the way that you are. I love you just the way that you are. I love the stars in the sky. Oh, when you look in my eyes.